Hello, 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 all my machine heads, and welcome back to episode 4 of Riverview Sheep Army. We are seeding, and we're going to try to seed through the rain. We're going to try to, unless it gets real super muddy, then we're going to go ahead and stop. But right now, it's still kind of dry. The ground's kind of dry. I went ahead and I seeded. Oh, man, Fury's been super busy. I got all the rocks up, and then I went ahead and I turned rocks off because I want to be able to, whoops, let me get steered here. I want to be able to roller. I've never rollered before in the game. We never had one in real life, so I'm anxious to get started at it. But as you can see, what I did is I extended this field, all 4 of these fields, but I made a nice little pass around with the dirt texture so that we have plenty of room to turn around and do our headlands and things like that. It's pretty cool, actually. It didn't cost us too much of the field, but we got it, and we got ourselves some seed. That's why I'm partly seated here and partly not, because I was working a little bit off camera, as you guys know. As you guys know. There we go. There we go. And away we go. Awesome. Awesome. So how's everybody doing today? I'm doing great. I'm doing awesome. I'm doing fantastic. And if you guys notice up in the right-hand corner, we are into September. We made it a month, everybody. Yay! I wanted to... Oh, you know what? Yes, I got rid of that. Did I? Did I get rid of the... No. Okay. That's all right. We kept the same amount of money anyway. So we are at about 300. And I had to buy that piece of property there to terraform... not terraform, but to paint over there. It wouldn't let me because I didn't own it. It did lose quite a bit, and you can see what I tried to do here is I tried to just paint grass. I was like, oh, I'll just paint grass and be done with it. But if it's not a texture, I found out the hard way. Watch, you can just plant over it if it's already been plowed. So it's okay. We had to go through and do some dirt. What I'm going to do off camera, though, is I'm going to sell that piece of property back and take the money back out again, so that we're back to the 398 that we needed to and the right properties. Because I don't want to just add money to... I bought it legitimately, but I don't want to add money and subtract money without actually doing this. Now, go into this. See, now I've got the room to turn around. And I absolutely love this cedar. This is the Horse Pronto 9 DC, but it's a special. You can color change it. I do have to figure out, though, the multi-silo bi-point up that I have up in the corner there does not let me fill the fertilizer in this. So right now I'm just seeding. See? And then we have enough room to literally go. That's why I did it, because we're going to be using a bigger header from now on, and we're going to start doing that. Except for on our grass field up there, we won't have to do that because we're going to mow right to the edge. So, but other than that, I'm doing great. I had a couple issues today with buying my new phone case. Not anything bad. I just can't figure out which one I want. Because I broke the other one, I think I'm going to break down and buy an OtterBox. Because they got a guarantee on them now. Because once you break a phone, it's crazy. But this turning radius on this Horse 9DC is awesome. It's great. And then, now for those of you who are familiar with rollers in real life, because you know that we're a realistic farming channel, we never owned one. Our neighbor owned one, and I have seen them used, and I have seen many a video on it anyways. the game has set it up to where we roller after we seed. Is that correct? I watched Scruff's video. He's such a good little YouTuber. If you guys like realistic tutorials and ways to get better yield and stuff, go watch him. His name is Scroft, S-C-R-O-F-T. He's from the United Kingdom, and he does some great videos on tutorials. Every time I want to learn something, there's something about him, his voice though, that I just learned from. I learned his grass care one and his roller one and the best time to roller. And according to him, it's after you seed. Now, I know that just because we didn't use one doesn't mean that they're not realistic, because I know they're realistic. I've seen them. And I've never used one in real life. So, but our neighbor did, but I never asked. We were always so super busy. And this little tractor, this 195 horsepower tractor is actually, holding this seeder pretty good. I'm actually shocked. Man, do I absolutely love my vehicle control add-on. Absolutely great. Now, granted, GPS is better. It has better options. But for me as a player, an older guy that just wants things as simple, when I use my controller or my joystick, it's just the two bumpers, bidink, bidink, and I set it. And I can drive, I can set my cruise control, and I can set it. See? Real quick, and then I can hit left alt on my keypad, my keyboard, and do the setting and do the setup. I can do all that on the fly. I've set it up to where it's got a 90-degree angle to where wherever I turn, you guys will see it'll turn the way I'm driving. So GPS doesn't have that. It might. So this little disclaimer there, it might. I'm not quite sure on that. I don't use GPS. I do have it loaded up for Multiplayer Tuesday, which will be tomorrow. Yay! It's been a week already, Ranger. Can you believe that? A week. And I'm going to load up a few more mods. I'm not going to do them all at once in case you guys want to join me. So please, 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 if you want to join us, just make sure I know in the comments. It'll be 11:30 p.m. Eastern. And we usually start messaging each other a little bit right around 11 o'clock, 11:15. That's usually when the wife goes to bed anyways. You guys all know I record at night. It is, let me get my watch out here. Ooh, it's 12:11. It's late tonight. I've been working quite a bit off camera, and I noticed that we had 4 episodes for 1 month. And I think I'm going to cut them back a little bit. I don't know. 4 episodes per month is not the end of the world. It's not long. You guys get to check in with me periodically. Every 2 or 3 hours, you get to check in and see what I'm doing. I just have a fear of going too far ahead and nobody can keep up with what I'm doing. But we'll see. We'll judge it. And if we have to go a little bit longer sometimes, maybe I'll go to 2 videos, but record for back to an hour again. Like I said, this is our channel. This is the way we do it. If we go longer, we go longer. If we go shorter, we go shorter. And it works out. It's awesome. I love it. You guys have been so good. Thank you to all the new family members. We are now over 600 family members. Welcome, everybody. It is awesome. Now, I do want to shut this off because you normally wouldn't have it going over the dirt. And you would normally raise it up. But see what I mean? No, I'm turned, and look where it sets me. It sets at 9 degrees. If I turn this way, it goes back to where it belongs. And then all I got to do is hit bumper, and I'm ready to go. It's great. Now, getting back to the roller thing, let me explain to you how we did it, since we didn't have a roller. Okay? So, we did every 3 seasons, we subsoiled, which means every 3 years we subsoiled. And then occasionally we would mold board plow. That's the weird triangle ones that's in game. But generally speaking, 95% of the time, we would subsoil every 3 seasons. So on the 3rd season, we would subsoil. And then we would, actually first we would spread, as soon as we got done harvesting, we would spread slurry or manure first. Boom, boom, boom. That's the first step. Then we would subsoil that in. Okay? Then the co-op would come and spread lime for us every 3 seasons. We only had to do that every 3rd season. Lime didn't have to be done every year. They would come and take care of that. My dad paid them a certain amount. I don't know. I didn't get into how much. I was too young. They would come and with their big trucks and spread the lime. And then we would spread slurry or manure, whichever one we had the most of. And remember, when you have 100 cows, it tends to build up rather quickly, especially over the winter. I mean, you get whole... you would get whole barns full. Not going to lie. And, oops. And yes, everyone, you can seed in the rain. It's not fun. It's muddy. Depending on your field quality, it's been raining for quite a while now, so I may stop soon, or I just may finish it. Remember, this is a video game; it isn't real. But generally speaking, you wouldn't try to seed too much. Maybe once it first started raining, you could, but if it stayed raining for any length of time, you would absolutely stop, because you wouldn't get a good seed. But anyway, so the first step would be every 3 seasons we would subsoil. We'd spread manure first, and then we'd subsoil, and then they would come and lime, and then we would spread manure over the top of that. Then we would cultivate that in, big cultivator in, and then if we had another time, we would come and spread one more layer, which is 3, which is way more than you needed, but it kept the nitrogen level up on the field. So when we spread it a 3rd time, and then you seed. We would spread seed like I'm doing here with no fertilizer in it. But if we did have some laying around, because every once in a while Dad did use it, even though we were a green farm and we didn't like it. But there was times, I can't lie, there was times when we did have it. But generally speaking, we would just have seeds, and they would come in pallets with the 100-pound bags, and we would dump them in by hand, and they'd dump hundreds of them in. So then once it was seeded, we left it alone. And then all of a sudden, I start seeing that rolling is a thing. I didn't even know it was a thing until I was an adult. I really didn't. I didn't even know it even existed. Like I said, we were a small time farm. But it is what it is. And so now that it's real, I want to try it. Just like I promised you guys, I've never done sheep before. I started a little bit of chickens on Old Stream Farm, but I never really got into it in depth. And I'm super excited because I got that new map that I'm planning on doing, but down the road. We got a ways to go. I want to get to at least through 1 full year on this before we go to that. And I can't wait because that map has... You guys know how I am an animal freak as far as when it comes to my cows and stuff. And that one has it set up on the map where you can have up to 3,500 cows. And I'm like a kid in a candy store when it comes to my dairy farms. But this Let's Play, I figured, well, what the heck? Let's do something completely different. Let's do something that I've never done before, which is roller, which is sheep. It's just kind of cool to once in a while do something different. Because you guys know, predominantly, 99% of the time, I'm a dairy farmer, and that's what I did in real life, and that's what we did. So, using a roller and using now this seeder is absolutely ginormous. We only had, let me show you the one we actually had in real life, because I got it. Seeders. We had... this bad boy right here. This is what we had in real life. Okay? The John Deere 8350. It is 6.5 meters wide, but in real life, it's only about 4 meters, which it looks to me like they made it 4 meters. Even though, 4 meters. Yep, that's exactly right. a couple of iterations in 17 and in 19, they had this at 6.5 meters. It's not. In real life, it's like 4 meters. But this is all we had. This is what we would seed our 60-acre bean field with. And this is what we would seed our 40-acre cornfield with. Absolutely just this. That's it. That's all we ever had. Because you got to remember, 4 meters is 12 plus feet, almost 13 feet wide. It's absolutely insane. Like, this 9-meter equipment looks tiny because this field is bigger, but this is a 9-point-something 3 meter. So in reality, it is like 28, 29 feet wide. It's like 30 feet. It's crazy. But according to Farm Sim, it always looks so small. And you guys would be amazed. I've had trivia before where I've told you guys when we were in Calmsden, the level of fields or the level of small farms in America ranks up there with, you know, the really high percentages. Like, generally speaking, 90% of the farms in America, I've done trivia on it before, 90% of farms in America make less than $500,000 a year. So by the government standards, they're considered small. So we made way less than that. I mean, then again, when we made food, when we harvested our beans and our corn, it all went to the cows. We never sold any of it. It always went to the animals. So that we were a farm that was self-sufficient for animals. Where we would make our money is the milk. And where we would make the money is when the cows got older, you would send them to the auction and you'd make money on them. So it was a predominantly never-ending cycle. Yeah, I see this it's supposed to have 270 horsepower tractor to pull this, and you can see how 195 slows way down. But like I always tell you guys, I always say that we can play as realistically as we can within the constraints of Farm Sim. Because there's certain things that just, it's a video game and you have to deal with it. You can play as realistically as you can, and I'm going to need fuel here soon. You can play as realistically as you can, but there's still things that you can't do, and you can't mimic, and you can't. The only thing you can do, the only thing I can do, is explain to you how it really works in real life. People, like, how a direct drill really works, okay? Your ground still needs to be cultivated. You cannot take a direct drill over plowed furrows. It just doesn't work. It'll bounce. This thing right here will go just like the back. See, the back end is doing that now. But on a furrow, you'd get seed. It would never plant seeds like it's doing right now. So you still have to cultivate or roller or do things that you need to, or you get those huge furrows. And the other thing that I laugh about, I absolutely laugh hysterically about, is non-farmers. Ask South Wisconsin Farmer. He's a real farmer. Ask Creighton Gaming. Those guys. Nobody realizes how absolutely slow, painstakingly slow sometimes it really is. It's just like, okay, this is planting 9 miles an hour. Real life, we wouldn't plant 9 miles an hour. You plant about 6. You harvest at 3. And I've explained this before. It's painstakingly numb as far as this is what you see for hours and hours and hours on end, and you're constantly cranking your head back to look, and so this is what you see all day long. And if you turn this way, it's this is what you see all day. And then as I got older, we actually had a tractor with a seat turned. Oh man, it was nice. You could drive looking like this. Oh, so much better, and your neck didn't hurt by the end of the day. So I try to tell people that I've tried to play super realistic, and people don't like it. It's I saw this one video today this guy put out, Farm Sim video, and it says the title of it is Ultra Realistic. So you guys know me. I'm like, okay, let's see how ultra realistic it is. Okay, he's playing in cap. Great. Okay. Playing at night. Oh, okay. All right. All right. You can farm at night. All right. Then I look down and he's harvesting, or what was he doing? He was spreading slurry at 13 miles an hour, and that doesn't happen. So I'm like, okay, fine. Who am I to judge? I'm not anybody to judge. I got my own channel to worry about. I told you guys I don't ever worry about how other people play. I just don't, because that's the way they play. But I chuckled because I said, how can you list it as super realistic or ultra realistic when you don't spread slurry at 13, 15 miles an hour? You don't. I've sent you guys videos. I've showed you guys videos. I've showed you. You don't. You just don't. And the speeds and things. So, but I get a kick out of it. But I've tried and I've tried and I've tried. And one of these Let's Plays, I will bring back the ultra realism. But I gotta figure out in my own head, it's gonna work out perfect. I'm gonna be able to finish this field, and we'll just have a few minutes left to chit chat. It's perfect. You guys watched me seed the last field. But one of these days we'll bring it back, and I do miss Calmsden, the realistic series that we were doing. I do miss it. I do. See, I just hit my buttons and I go, it's getting harder to see, so. Sorry, as I cough up, I just inhaled a fugaboo off my pop filter. Talking, took a deep breath, and went loop. Went down my throat. So you guys liking the series so far? You guys are always filling me in on how your guys are doing on your own farm. Some people are harvesting. Some people are getting their silage bales in and silage things on. Oh, it's great. You guys are great. You guys have always been awesome. We haven't done trivia in a while, and a lot of that is... oops. Turn that off so I'm not driving over the dirt again. A lot of that is because Fury's just been having fun just coming on and playing. This map is amazing. And I told you, it's my all-time favorite map so far. Until I get on the next one that I've got the 3,000 cows on, and that may be my favorite too. There are going to be a time too when we eventually get into a big square fields map where we can do some 4X. Because I have had people asking me over the last couple of days, DMing me and personal messaging me, asking me, hey, can you do a big farming series? I want to see like big farming. Do I like big farming? No. I predominantly like the... I don't know why my button configuration on it. Now, I want to check something. I want to drive this way and make sure our road goes all the way around, because I may put up some hedges around this. We'll see. Like on the outside. I learned that from Russell. Like, you put your hedges out here. This one's got a fence already. So you don't want to put your hedges like right here, because then there's no sense of having this. This one a little wide, but I'd rather be a little extra wide. Like I may put the hedges or the fences on the outside here, so our field is still, it's got the dirt around it. All right, and then I'll take you up. Actually, no. We got time to go buy a roller and start rolling. Rolling? Rolling or rollering? It's so funny because this is this going to fit in here? We'll find out. Nope. All right. I got it. Not going to fit. So we're going to put her right here for right now. We're going to go try to get a nice roller. I downloaded a 6-meter. It's probably too small for this big field here. And it can go on the front too, because I thought I'm going to have some small fields, but I'm also going to have some large fields. Let me me get in here a little bit more. We don't need to be to the sky going through these trees. Oh, this map is great because it literally, the store is just a hop, skip, and a jump right around this bridge and down the little road. It's great. It's not that far. Yeah, I might have went a little wide on the road, but that's all right. With our big harvester, it'll work out. But anyways, yeah, so I've had people ask me, you know, Fury, can you do the big maps? Can you do a big 4X map? Can you do, you know, big giant equipment? Kind of like I did at Hastings. And can you do it realistic and show us what you would really do and all that? And I'm like, okay. Do I like them? Like I said earlier, no. I don't like the maps, but I do understand that not everybody likes these small little tight maps like I do. Several of you do, but several of you don't. Where is our rollers? The rollers. Rolling. See? It's supposed to be a front mounted, but it does work both ways. I think you can roller a little bit faster. I'm going to go 10. And we're going to try the 6 meter on the back. And we're going to see. Keep rolling. Keep rolling. I went with the 6 meter because I thought it might be easier because of a little bit smaller fields, but you know, these are a little bit bigger fields. Like that field we just planted was like, it was like 14 acres, but I cut off quite a bit. So now it's more like 10. Like this field here. See? It has a border already around it. I won't have to add one. The way I plowed that field in, it was my fault. I plowed it all the way to the fences, which was kind of dumb. We're going to go up, and we got about 3 minutes left. See, we seeded a whole field. That's why I like this map, because it's not, it's bigger fields, but it's not like Comston like, or it's not like a 4X type where it takes you so long to do stuff. That's the only reason why I kind of steer away from the 4Xs. I like them for multiplayer because you got multiple people doing stuff, but I don't like them for... Okay, so let's get... Now, I would assume... I'm going to assume. I am just going to assume. Let's do this. I think... I don't know. This feels weird to me. Let's get this going here. Working with 6 meters. Whoops. Rolling on the concrete. All right. So, is this the way you do it? I'm assuming, right? I don't know. It's not changing the texture much. Okay, needs rolling. Let me get behind it. Nope, it does. Okay, this is how you're supposed to do it. Awesome. All right, so I'm going to have to rely on GPS because unless you're... Well, I guess it does change it a little bit. I think a lot of it is because it's raining. It's kind of neat, I guess. Something I've never done. So, here we go. We're doing something I never did. Keep rolling. Name that group, everyone. Keep rolling. Oh, I bet you older people know. See, this 6 meter tends to work perfectly. In fact, I may drop that cedar down and do 6 meters. Works out perfect. I'll get one headland done, and then we'll be able to stop when we get over here. Well, yeah, about 20 seconds, 30 seconds left. You guys liking the shorter videos, or you want them longer, or what? Because I'm going to try to cut down to like 2 a day. All right, so let me see. Okay, this needs rolling, but then directly behind it Does not. Awesome. All right, so it's going to give us a bonus. And it's going to give us, oh, we only got a 3% bonus for rolling. Because without it, it was giving me 80% bonus. So, watch. 80. And then, so is rolling worth the 3%? But you know what? In the grand scheme of things, it certainly is. Because over the course of a field, you're going to gain a bunch. I really like this 6 meter. So if I can find a 6 meter cedar that hooks to the back of the tractor, I think it'll work. I'm going to keep my eyes out for it. All right, everyone. On that note, be sure to look out for yourselves, look out for each other, and most importantly, look out for each other's families. Be sure to like and subscribe and share, and hit the little notification ding bell, because you never know when Fury's going to drop a video. I'm all over the place now anymore. Be sure to like the night, the day, the weekend. I almost repeated what I just said. The night, the day, the weekend, whenever you're watching this, enjoy. And tomorrow, everyone, Multiplayer Tuesday is back. 11:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure that you leave it in the comments if you want to join us. I'm going to be adding about 3 more mods each week until I get up to what Ranger wants. And still we'll only have less than 10. So let me know if you want to join, PC players. I'm hoping CC's back, and I'm hoping that Farmer Z joins us so we can have 4 of us. We got a lot of work to do on that field map. All right, everyone. On that note, we went just a couple minutes longer than normal, but that's okay. You know how we roll. Keep rolling. Keep rolling. Man, I love this map. All right, everyone. I'll see you guys tomorrow on Multiplayer Tuesday.